What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. A bash in Berlin is over, but the WWE Universe collective jaws are still hanging after witnessing one of the greatest matches in recent memory. However, they're also asking what's the real reason behind Randy Orton losing to Gunther. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now, in case you haven't watched their match yet, and we strongly recommend you do if you haven't, as it's already been discussed as a Match of the Year candidate, Randy Orton hit Gunther with everything at his disposal, but failed to get the win. Orton targeted Gunther's arm, hoping to neutralize his power, but despite weakening him, Orton eventually fell to the ring general, passing out in the sleeper hold. The main event achieved many things besides giving fans a match for the ages, so let's explore why Randy Orton needed to lose and what it accomplished. Number 1, Randy will hold championship gold again. Randy Orton is a 14-time world champion, and barring any unforeseen injuries, he still has plenty of time to win more world titles, possibly even breaking Ric Flair and John Cena's record of 16 world championships. As we'll see, the Orton vs Gunther match serves many beneficial purposes for both men, but having Orton win would help no one. Number 2, avoiding a sad surprise. While the Randy Orton win would have surprised fans, it would have been disappointing, especially for the fans in Berlin. It would also likely be seen as hotshot booking, something the WWE has wisely avoided, well, at least with this championship, and likely seen as a selfish win by Orton, even if he had no say in this booking. There was nothing beneficial to Orton beating Gunther for the title, and it would likely have sapped some of the goodwill the WWE had with its fans. Number 3, it's too early for Gunther to lose. Another reason for Randy losing to Gunther is that it's far too early for Gunther to lose the World Heavyweight Championship. If Gunther is indeed the future of WWE as the promotion continues to tell its fans, then he needs to hold the belt to establish his credentials. While the WWE doesn't have to give him a record-setting reign as champion as it did when he held the Intercontinental Championship, having him drop it mere weeks after winning it would have hurt his momentum. Whether you agree with it or not, the WWE's policy of longer title reigns for its singles champions would be weakened by a quickie run for Gunther, leaving questions why he won in the first place and what would be next for him. Number 4, the match kept Orton and Cody apart for now. As minor as it may seem, Randy's match against Gunther was important for keeping Cody and Randy apart. Short of the WWE feeding its fans false clues, they foreshadowed Randy's wish to become undisputed champion ever since Cody beat Roman Reigns for the title. However, a program this big isn't going to happen on a small stage, thus the WWE has kept both Randy and Cody on side missions to keep them apart. Currently, it looks like fans may have to wait until Crown Jewel to see the first Randy vs Cody match, which would set things up for a feud to lead into early 2025 and end just in time for Cody to take on The Rock at WrestleMania 41. That is if this is the plan. Number 5, it set the stage for Randy's feud with Cody. Now that Randy Orton has had his rematch with Gunther, it's clear that the Viper must look elsewhere if he wants to win another world championship. As mentioned earlier, Orton still has time left in his career, but he's been around long enough that the WWE can frame his next quest for a title around the idea that the clock is ticking, both in terms of how many good years he has left, and whether he can dodge a career-ending injury after his back surgery. The WWE showed that Orton gave Gunther everything he had, staying within the rules of the match, other than the occasional infractions such as an eye poke, yet it just ended up with nothing to show other than a handshake from the champion. Will Orton get frustrated following his loss, and if so, will he cut corners in attempts to win the Undisputed Championship from Cody? Having Randy lose by sticking to the rules could be the motivation that makes him return to his Apex Predator persona, which is exactly who Cody needs to defend the title against. So far, Cody's opponents have been good, but not great. Matching him against the most dangerous version of Randy Orton will finally give the American Nightmare a chance to show he deserves to be champion. Furthermore, it will make him an even greater opponent when he eventually faces The Rock. Number 6 is send the German fans home happy. As trivial as it may seem, Randy's loss to Gunther was a perfect way to send fans home happy. Fans got to see their hometown hero work an epic match against a legendary opponent, something sure to leave lasting memories, and he won. While the days when Vince McMahon routinely buried wrestlers in front of the hometown crowd is over, it still happens as seen with Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. While this is arguably the last reason why Gunther won and Randy lost, but it's still something the WWE can be happy with, as you never want to leave fans feeling like they've been manipulated, as some fans felt after the first and second Clash at the Castle. Number 7, it gave Gunther a win over a top tier opponent. The WWE is working hard to expand into international markets, which means that fans don't want to feel like they're watching B-shows. Booking a superstar on the level of Randy Orton is an excellent way to show the fans in Berlin that the WWE wanted to give them a top tier main event. As important as making the fans feel special, they also needed to give Gunther a one-of-a-kind opponent to show his win over Damian Priest was no fluke, despite Finn Balor putting Gunther's leg on the rope and saving him from losing at SummerSlam. Randy Orton is still booked as someone with tremendous experience who hasn't lost a step in the ring. Gunther having to face Orton, who had something to prove after his controversial loss to the Ring General at the King of the Ring, presented him with a dangerous opponent and someone who conceivably could have ended his world title run prematurely. With the exception of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, it's hard to imagine Gunther facing anyone who posed such a threat, and this was the right opponent to start his title run with. Number 8, it showed a different side of Gunther. Randy Orton was more than a great opponent for Gunther in terms of name value. Orton also allowed Gunther to show a different side of his wrestling persona, somebody who was forced to work on the defensive. The Ring General faced strong opponents including Sheamus and Drew McIntyre during his IC Championship reign, but still, Randy Orton did what no one has been able to do so convincingly, keep Gunther on the defensive for much of the match. Orton targeted Gunther's arm, limiting the champion from using his frightening power for much of the match and negating a big part of what makes him so impressive. And tonight, Gunther showed he can work a different style of match besides of that of a dominant heel. Randy Orton's loss came into play because despite everything Gunther endured, he still found the inner strength to scrape his way to victory and use his powerbomb despite having a bad arm, and even more impressive, using his sleeper to make Randy Orton pass out, the type of loss fans rarely see with the Viper. Number 9, it passed the torch to Gunther. Ultimately, Randy Orton lost to Gunther to elevate the Ring General. It's still incredible to look at Gunther's current status in WWE and reflect on the rumors that Vince McMahon was ready to release him back in 2022 because he didn't see much value in him. Fortunately, Triple H understood Gunther's potential and he gave him a chance to show fans on the main roster what he did in NXT UK and NXT, that Gunther has all the tools to be the future of the WWE. Gunther's record-setting IC Championship reign made it clear that although Gunther wasn't the world champion, he was already a main event star. Tonight, the WWE had Randy Orton put Gunther over to elevate him to megastar level, a performer who may even join The Undertaker, John Cena and Roman Reigns as the cornerstone of the WWE. Just as Gunther's IC reign allowed him to become a main eventer, his hard-fought win over Randy Orton gives him a chance to run with a megastar level and take both himself and WWE to new levels. It's difficult for wrestlers to pass the torch to someone else, but still, both men's performances, the story of Orton forcing Gunther to the defensive and Gunther's remarkable comeback were textbook examples of how to do it. The post-match handshake sealed the deal, the finish to an instant classic that showed how far Randy Orton has come from his early years in the business and suggesting great things ahead for Gunther. Well, there you have it folks, the real reason why Randy Orton lost to Gunther. Be sure to leave your comments down below and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.